All right, guys, today we're going to go over the Lectric XP Trike. This thing is an awesome bike for the money, guys. If you're interested in a trike, you're definitely going to want to check this thing out. Let's take a look at it. This trike is about 29.5 inches wide, so it'll go through a 30-inch door. You've got brake lights and running lights on this, so it's well seen on the road. The fenders are made out of steel on this thing too, so very nice. The basket's huge on this thing. You can put a lot in it. That's a net that is optional from Lectric. The tire on this is a 20 by 2.6, and it's got a nice reflective coating on the side so you can be seen at night. The fender on this thing is well bolted on there, so it's nice and solid, and the tread pattern on this is quiet, but it's good on the rail trail. The battery on this thing is a 14.5 battery, and it's 48 volts. So that's a good looking bike, guys. The crank is 36 tooth, and you've got a nice guard on it too. The motor on this thing is right here, and it's a rear drive motor, so that's super nice. The ones with the front wheel drive motors are not great. It's got the brakes right there. It's hydraulic disc brakes with 180 millimeter rotors. That motor, by the way, is 500 watts and peaks at about 1092, I believe. So you've got a differential which allows each wheel to turn independently of each other. It also makes the bike very stable. So the seat on this thing is very comfortable. It's got a nice backrest on it, and it also has a suspension seat post on it too, which allows it to go up and down when you hit bumps, so that's great. You can adjust the seat height with that little thing there. This is a folding bike, guys, so you can fold this bike to store it or put it in the back of your truck or something. The handlebars also fold down on this, which makes it even smaller. So very nice. Star Union brakes on this, guys, hydraulic like I said. This bike has a twist throttle right here, and the grips are very comfortable, and your brakes right here with the parking brake, so the parking brake's set just by pulling it and flipping the little lever. The headlight on this thing is their Elite headlight, and it works very well at night. I've already been out, and I liked it. It was good. The brakes on this thing, again, here's the parking brake. I'm showing you how this thing works, and you engage it. You have your plus and minus here, which do multiple things with your screen. That's how you turn it on, by holding that button. Your screen has mileage on it. It has your pass levels on it. So there's pass 1, pass 2, pass 3, pass 4, and pass 5. So that's the speed of the trike going down the road. And you also have your speedometer here, and you have your battery bar up at the top. Your battery also has a lock on it. You can pull this battery right out of the bike, and that way there you can bring it in your house and store it, and you can have the bike in the shed if you want. So you have this little stand on the bottom, so when you fold the bike sits on that thing and it doesn't scratch your paint up. Really nice, guys. So again, you've got hydraulic brakes on the front with the 180 millimeter rotor on it. So this is really good. Your fender here gives you good coverage so you don't get wet when you're going down the road. You get that reflective line again on it. This got this nice solid square tubing here, and your bosses on it to put a water bottle or a lock. Same back here, you can put a lock or a water bottle back there, whatever you want to do. So that's about it on the bike. Again, this bike is $14.99. That's a lot of bike for the money, guys. So going down to take and do a review on it. So we're gonna put it a little street riding here, and I'm doing 14 miles an hour. And I'm ghost pedaling. All right, so we're gonna knock this thing down into pass 1 here. We're gonna see what the top speed of pass 1 is. So I'm doing 7 miles an hour in pass 1, 7.5. That seems to be about where it wants to be. So we're gonna knock it up to pass 2, and we'll see what that gets us. We are now at 10.6 miles an hour, and We're at 12, almost 13 miles an hour. So we're gonna knock it up into 3 here. We're at about 13, still speeding up, kind of going up a hill a little bit here. We're at 13.5 comfortably. Gonna knock it up into 4. Headed up the hill. I can't pedal any faster. Still holding at about 13.6. We're going to knock it up into pedal assist 5. Presently holding 13.4, going up a hill. Not a huge hill, but it's a hill. I'm cruising along here at 13.5 miles an hour. This thing is set for 14 as the top speed on this thing. I did unlock it, so it got a little more get up and go to it than it had. It would do about 12 miles an hour when I first didn't unlock it. We are going to jump over to this other road here, which will put me right at the rail trail. I'm presently doing 20 miles an hour down this hill. No bike lane on this road, but we're not on it for long. This is a good way to go with my wife. I will knock the pass back down to 3, maybe 2. Let's see what 2 does this. 2 is probably about where I want to be at 11 miles an hour. Rail trail is nice today because the leaves are there. And it's a little warm out. 75 today. So this is doing fantastic on this. Other than, I can't say I'm happy with the Candace on this bike because at 12 miles an hour, I'm essentially ghost pedaling. Some of us like to go faster, so please, Lectric, if you would build us a faster bike, put some gears on it, put a nice 7-speed on this thing. I know you will. You're gonna put a shock on it. I know you guys. So this bike is a fantastic bike for the money. Trike. I call them bikes. They are a bike to me, but they're a trike technically, because bike would be 2. It's a trike. But yeah, this thing is a fantastic price. I can't give you any money off because Lectric doesn't do that. But if you would use my link, I would appreciate that, because it gives me a little bit of money on a sale, which my channel desperately needs. We've spent a lot of money getting this thing up and running, and it's finally taking off. It also gives me credit with Lectric as far as sending me another bike. So if they're going to come out with another trike, they will send it to me if you guys hit my link and buy the trike through my link, or buy a bike through my link, because I got plenty electric bikes, so I could show you pretty much any one we got. They got. But you're not going to find a trike in this price range as nice as this. Went out the other day on this bike, did about 15 miles on it, and I hadn't even touched the battery yet. Every once in a while, if I went up a hill, I'd see one bar drop off, but that was about it. It would recover. So I think this thing gets awesome battery mileage out of it. Can't complain about that, considering if you're going to do 15 miles an hour, most of the time you're basically on throttle or you're rotating your feet. This bike came, the box is pretty beat up. I ended up, the wheel was bent on it. I straightened it out the best I could by hand, but I ordered myself a wheel truing machine, so that's coming today. So we're going to true that wheel up. As I'm going along this trail here and I'm seeing rocks, I'm trying to figure out where my real wheels are so that I don't hit them. And you get pretty good at it after a while. Once you get used to these trikes, so you're going to be like really weirded out when you first get on one of these things, because they totally don't balance like a bike. These things, you know, get people out there, get some exercise where people would never get exercise if they didn't have one. So these are a big plus, guys, for exercise. Get off your couch, buy yourself a trike, buy yourself a bike, whatever it is. So yeah, Lectric was nice enough to send me this trike, and I appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. And we're going to put this thing to some good use. And like I said, I have other trikes. This thing is right up there. I got one other trike that's pretty close to this one. It does have suspension fork on the front, which is a little bit nicer. The rear wheels aren't any wider than these handlebars. So I know, you know, it looks weird seeing a trike on the road. Not weird, but you're scared to ride it because of the size of it. You know, honestly, if a car's close enough to hit the back wheels on this trike, you're going to get hit if you're on a bike. I don't think that's an issue. I really don't. All right, here's the tunnel, guys. I think we can make it through here. We'll turn the light on, and we're just going to throttle through this thing. So, a little bumpy in here. There is another one of these that are way lower than this one. So yeah, Lectric, what could you do to improve this bike? Gears, 7-speed. I know you're going to do it. Suspension fork on the front end. Be really super if you put a suspension on the back, but I know that would get the bike more expensive. And I realize you guys are trying to keep it low budget, and I appreciate that, and so doesn't everybody else. If we had gears on the back, we probably wouldn't need a bigger crank, but maybe a crank wouldn't hurt. You know, put a 42 on it. 42 matches up pretty good with the 7-speed. That would be nice, I think. And what else could we do to this thing? Not much. The rest of it's pretty damn good. I think these would appeal to younger people too, but we need to get some speed on them. They got to do at least 25 miles an hour. I've logged about 60 miles on these trikes now, and I don't see why we couldn't do 25 miles an hour on these bikes. Yeah, you don't want to go into a corner doing that. So you got to have intelligence, let's put it that way. You know, like I said, they're marketing these towards the older people because that's who wants to buy them. But I think we can make these things fun. And Lectric did just come out with a road bike, but it's so much like the XP that I didn't feel the need to buy it. But that XP does really good on the road. So you put a little bit skinnier tire on that thing, and that thing would boogie. But they are coming out with what they call the One Bike. It's a belt drive. It has there's no gears in it. It's an automatic, so it's pretty nice. I want to definitely want to check that thing out. You know, all their bikes, are they the best bike in the world? Nope. But for the money you're spending on them, you're going to get a decent bike. And what I say about their bikes is I've got a lot of them because I think for what you pay, you're getting a lot of bike. They're good quality. Some people have their issues with different things, a lot of shipping things, but I mean, really, that's out of Lectric's hands. You're right. I know I'm not going through the next tunnel, so this is probably where we're going to turn around. Or I could hit the road. And right here we got a good thing, but as soon as you get away from the highway, the road gets really narrow. Like I said, I want to do these roads, but I'm doing 13 miles an hour, 13 and a half, because that's what this bike is set at. And I can be cruising along at 25 miles an hour right now. So that's what I would like to achieve. We're finally a battery bar down, but we are speeding up a little bit here. And I'm ghost pedaling. I'm pedaling, but I'm ghost pedaling. I know everybody, when I was saying I was going to ride them on these roads, they're like, oh my God, you can't ride them on this road. Well, why not? Like I said, the handlebars aren't even bigger than the back. I'm ghost pedaling. I'm not doing anything. I'm not contributing to the power on this bike right now. I'm moving my feet, which gives me a little bit of exercise. I'm running right now about, I don't know, 2 inches from the side. I can kind of tell where my rear wheels are. We're going down this hill now, 20, 21, 22, 23 miles an hour, 24, 25. We're going to get 26 miles an hour. So I don't think 22, 23 miles an hour would be unreasonable to have these bikes go. Trikes, sorry. This may be the trail. So we're going to drive this thing like a mountain bike for a little bit here. So I've got the center of gravity way up here, but it allows me to have much more control over this bike, believe it or not. because I can lean out farther. Pretty sure I could do this thing at 25 miles an hour without a problem. Like I said, you stand up on these things, you can really maneuver them. It's actually kind of fun. All right, so this is quite a run on this bike today. This seat actually really is pretty good for doing these trails because I can lock my legs into it to get control of the bike. It allows me to really lean the bike if I want to. Actually, after coming out here and spending some time on this bike today, I really want to get these things moving. So we've been out here for 15 miles. I don't think you'd want to go much further than what I did. I mean, not on this seat anyways. Maybe with a more comfortable seat it would be fine. And on the road, you wouldn't be as fatigued as hitting all these bumps on this trail. So there's that. You know, primarily these things are not really meant for hitting bumps and going through the woods like we were earlier. But that was fun. Guess I'm not the only one out here on three wheels today.
You're the second one I see today.
Yeah?
See that woman go down before?
I did not, no. I've been out here 16, 17 miles today.
Oh, yeah, good.
So, yeah, I do reviews on these things, so.
Oh, yeah.
I've actually got two of these coming, not recumbent, but the ones with the two wheels on the front. Yeah. So, but they're regular trikes, e-trikes, with the two wheels on the front. One of them actually leans,
Oh, yeah.
and the other one doesn't lean, but it has negative camber on it. So I'm very curious about those. So, oh yeah, yeah.
Not just,
No, I do the review on them. I do rides on them. They get their money's worth out of sending them to me. So I enjoy them for the summer. And this is the fourth trike they sent me so far, and I have, like I said, I have two more coming next month. So, all right, we're on the home stretch here, and our battery from sitting and talking to that gentleman on the recumbent electric bike has recovered. It's now over half full again. Well, just dropped the bar. So going up a hill, throttling versus pedaling. Seems like the pedaling goes up much better. So this hold it about, see, we start heading up this hill here. Slows down a little bit. Pedaling takes right off. So you get a little more oomph when you pedal. See what we can get this thing going down a hill at. 18, 20, 22, 23, 25, 26 miles an hour. Yeah, this thing is a champ on the hills, that's for sure. All right, guys, I hope you learned something about this trike. So when I get home, my trimming machine was here. So this is what the wheel looked like before. I put it on my machine. I ended up getting it perfect. Unfortunately, the axle has a slight bend in it, but the wheel has a slight wobble in it. You can't feel it. I don't care. I can live with it. But thank you very much for watching, guys. Use my links, and thank you for watching the video.